consumers are shifting their spending from in-store to
Found
online.
the secret to raking in millions by holding on to pennies for purchase.
Starting to get out of hand now.
And barely keep up with demand.
Followed by death.
Tonight, I want to speak with you about our nation's unprecedented response to the coronavirus outbreak.
I wouldn't do anything that's unnecessary. I certainly wouldn't get on a plane for a pleasure trip. It would have to be something that was really urgent.
Alan Bilzerian boarded up his clothing store just before the election, the second time he's done so this year.
You have to defend your property.
We were down 95%.
He's been in business for nearly 14 years, but was already down tens of thousands of dollars.
If we're not one of those important, lasting companies born of the internet, we will have nobody to blame but ourselves.
I am a digital marketer / e-commerce store owner.
E-commerce, it took about 8 years to go from like 5% to like 15%. And it's taken 10 weeks to go from 15% to over 25%.
And I remember when I asked him, I was like, has anybody ever created an online business, you know, in the city, you know, a regional, you know, area in America? And he said no, and he's like, you know, you want to be the first?
You loving life?
Yeah, dude, it's great, it's great.
He gets on the call, and he tells me I've been up for straight 48 hours working on my business. Just bear with me, because I'm on my second Red Bull for the day.
They're like, oh, well, you know, oh, last month was better than this month, and then, oh, you know, it was just kind of like boing, 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 you know. This is the co-working office space I work out of. It's in downtown Boston. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll see you on there. Bye-bye. I stopped like the ads like a couple weeks ago, and ad costs went up. I got to like redo the ads, different creatives. The Facebook ads, everything started out good, and then people just stopped buying that puzzle. I got to do more tweaks of like on like the creatives and stuff. I mean, everything was good. I double checked it. I mean, that's kind of why at the beginning it took so long. My name is Jonathan Holden, and I'm from right here in Boston, Massachusetts. I think when I was in like 3rd grade at the local library, my mom, she signed me up for private art lessons. You know, looking back, I was really fortunate that my mom instilled my love for art at such a young age. And I carried on with that, you know, from 3rd grade all the way up until high school. And then eventually, that's what I went to college for. I went to college and I studied graphic design at Keene State College, a small liberal arts college. You know, if you remember back to 2009, it was a recession. It happened really quick. I remember that we kind of went into a recession, and just like every company was just not hiring anymore. Everyone got scared, and all businesses kind of contracted and even like cut people. And the only job I did land was at a marina up in New Hampshire. That was kind of my first ever job of like really busting ass manual labor. At least, you know, 10, 15 feet on a ladder, you know, like looking up at, you know, waxing down the hulls of boats, you know, busting ass for like $10 an hour. You know, after you work 40 hours, and Uncle Sam comes in and you know, takes his cut, there's really not much money left. I was shown what, you know, hard work really was. And then after kind of that ended is when I think I did save up a little bit of money, and then I moved to Boston.
Yes, here it is. So this is the house this is my first house I lived in
when I first moved to Boston. So this is the actual 37 Pratt Street, right by Boston University. Boston University is like right over there. This is the very first house I lived in and where I started basically my printing t-shirts. I set up a print shop in one of the side bedrooms, the extra bedroom. I kind of got fed up with just everyone telling me no for graphic design, so I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to start up a screen printing company. I'm going to start making t-shirts and doing like logo design and stuff. And I don't know how, don't ask me how, but like a company approved me for a loan, a 23-year-old, kid with barely any credit, I think like a $30,000 loan. I go to work in the morning and then I box out the shirts and then I keep them on that top porch up there, like right in that corner where those plant pots are. Pretty cool. I haven't been over here in like, man, it's been a while.
E-commerce is now the king of purchasing power, where consumers can sit from the comfort of their own home on a laptop and access dresses, access toys, access food with a click of the buttons, and the next day somebody's delivering it to their front door, where they don't have to leave their house any longer to go out and purchase items from different stores. The public is becoming lazy, and the internet is exploding because of it.
We started to do our own printing, our own fulfillment, and our own shipping all under one roof. And we were putting the shirts on our own website, and that's when I started ripping traffic from Facebook. I built my first website, from HTML code. Dude, Boston has food. I mean, Boston has anything your heart desires, you can get in Boston. It's the North End, all Italian food. Pizza, pasta. There's also Chinatown in Boston, obviously. You can get authentic Chinese cuisine. Just black for both of them. Yeah. My mentor and coach, he's out of St. Louis, and he's making a whole documentary featuring like his best students in the country of e-commerce. We've been seeing like Black Friday like traffic and sales since till now. Everyone, like insane amount of traffic and sales are being done every day.
The sales in Macy's are crazy.
This was like $6.99. All t-shirts $6.99.
They told me that in Macy's
Jeans $20.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like throwing them out. They're like $80 jeans.
Macy's lost a jaw-dropping $3.58 billion in the first quarter. The department store chain Wednesday blamed the much wider than expected loss on the 2-month retail shutdown that slashed its quarterly sales in half.
One of the world's largest bookstores is not a place to visit. We're in a book warehouse, not a bookstore. Buyers can't walk in here the way customers do every day at this bookstore in Pioneer Square. At Amazon.com, the front door is a page out on the internet.
There's just so many touch points that they have that are positive that, I mean, that stock's only going to go up. I mean, I'm not going to predict when, how, or where, but it's going up.
You say that Amazon could be worth $1 trillion.
When I go to the store, everything's on sale.
Yeah, stores like Forever 21, Payless, Sears, not voluntarily closing stores, but doing it in reaction to a need.
I'm Terry Lundgren. At Macy's, Inc., we pride ourselves in doing the right thing in all aspects of our business. Our industry impacts 1 out of every 4 jobs in America. So Washington, D.C. ought to be doing everything possible to create tax and legislative policy which will enable and encourage growth for all retailers. Contributions from the company, Macy's Foundation, employees, and customers total more than $1 million of giving every week.
Terry, let me ask you, you just laid out the reason for why Amazon has been so great for consumers. They've driven prices down, forced other retailers to kind of follow suit and make things easier for the consumer. There's a lot of talk in Washington.
I wouldn't say it's been great for retailers.
What? But I know, but there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk in Wall.
Stasis, followed by irrelevance, followed by excruciating, painful decline, followed by death.
So let's talk about the difference between the cost in a brick and mortar store and an online store. With brick and mortar, there's a lot more risk and less reward, such as you have to sign a 3-year lease. You have to have inventory, employees, payroll. You have to have all these things put together with a brick and mortar store that doesn't have to exist with an online website. The difference between a brick and mortar store and an online store is hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why e-commerce keeps exploding day after day, and brick and mortar stores keep deteriorating day after day.
44,732 people filing for unemployment insurance.
Small businesses going out of business.
They didn't smash Primark. They didn't want the cheap clothes. They only went for the jewelry store. They went for the Gucci store. They went for the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Newberry
Interesting.
Street, they got everything. Yeah. Right there.
Newberry Street is where they got them. The popular Newberry Street in Boston, Massachusetts, high-end shopping in the city. You'll find it all on Newberry Street.
When you think of iconic shopping destinations, Newbury Street makes the list, of course, with names like Valentino, Armani, and Marc Jacobs on the window front.
Shreveport below since 1796 has been purveying luxury gifts to the people of Boston.
But it is the museum quality diamonds that make them a favorite of customers, able to break the bank for a statement engagement ring.
This is a 15-carat emerald cut diamond, and you certainly will never see this anywhere else in Boston.
Many businesses are shuttered and the future is unclear.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Dozens of Boston businesses were left in ruins, windows smashed out. Fires were set in some areas and stores were looted. Of course, these are businesses who are hanging on for dear life because of the pandemic.
And now to see all the attention diverted to what we're looking at now, as we appear to be looking at a store being broken into and looted right now. That's a live picture you're looking at.
Yeah, that looks like Newbury Street, and
yes,
that's a
I agree.
problem. Yeah.
Cruises were torn apart and set on fire. Stores were smashed up and robbed.
Salon closed up, vans all boarded up. It's really sad to see boarded up windows and stuff like that.
All right, Katie, thank you. Breaking overnight, the statue of Christopher Columbus beheaded in Boston.
The city of Boston on Thursday removed a statue of Christopher Columbus, or what was left of it.
The brick and mortar business is being destroyed right now. I mean, just look at Blockbuster, Chuck E. Cheese, Toys R Us, and so many more are just crumbling down and crying uncle, right? Crying bankruptcy.
In downtown Crossing on Newberry Street, what started with peaceful protest turned into crime and chaos.
So we're here in Boston, right here in Christopher Columbus Park, with the recent protests and riots and all the craziness going on here in Boston. He got beheaded overnight, one night, and then there was a huge petition to actually get the statue removed. So the city of Boston removed the rest of his beheaded body, and I think he's sitting in a storage unit somewhere in the city.
I think that it's up to the communities to decide what statues they want to see.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day what you think is cool or what you think will sell, right? Because it doesn't matter. You're not buying your product. Your community, your audience is, and how they vote is with their credit cards. It's the only piece of data that matters in business, you know?
Once the community tells us what they're purchasing, we do something very, very easy. We go and sell them that product back to the community.
at the time, I didn't know I had one of the only direct-to-garment digital printers that could print on colored shirts in all of the Boston area. So a lot of business started finding me just on my little WordPress Shirt Rhino website.
I found Shirt Rhino. I want to say these guys were above and beyond anything I could have expected. In a jiff, the shirts were done.
I had posted their shirt on our Facebook page and started running a little bit of traffic the night of Thanksgiving. Didn't really pay too much attention to it, and I remember like going back to the computer later that night, like after we had like, you know, coffee and dessert and stuff. The ad hadn't even spent like 20 bucks yet, and I already had almost $500 in sales. And I was like, huh, wow. So I was like, all right, wow. First off, like this is f***ing awesome.
The online model gives us significant cost structure advantages that lets us have even lower prices than physical stores.
Selling online.
Thanksgiving night to Cyber Monday, we did $125,000 in sales. It was pure insanity.
So you have to ask yourself, what makes a successful online business? If you ask me, I would want a couple things. One, I want it to be long-term. I don't want it to just kind of be in and out, a quick thing. I want it to last a long time. I want it to be profitable. I want it to make money. See, as I'm building the business, I want to be paid to put in the work. I want it to be sellable. So over time, when I build this profitable business, someone, an investor, can come and buy that business, allowing me to walk away with millions.
That was the day that I got absolutely hooked on digital marketing. That rush, making that much money on autopilot was is honestly what I live for now. Until you do it, you can't describe it. You just, it's like, it almost feels like it's illegal. As you know, the first thing he tells you is you need to pick a niche, right? You need to pick a niche or an interest or a hobby and only focus on that. So I had picked Boston. Over the years, it became one of the largest community of Bostonians online.
When sellers enter into e-commerce for the first time, what we see is they use a spaghetti approach. They toss a lot of products that they feel that are going to sell to consumers at the wall, and they hope that one of those is going to stick.
I do a lot of asking, I listen, and then I deliver to my community of what they told me they want.
How do you ask people?
But mostly it's just, posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, and reading the comments. It was April. This is the original post from April 1st. It was a Sunday night, it was late, ready to go to bed, and then I just posted the graphic on my Purely Boss Facebook page. Did this all from my phone, too. Went to my Boston Facebook page. So then I just said, this Boston puzzle is a great way to stay busy inside. Comment yes below if you would buy it. Because, during COVID and the pandemic, everybody, is looking for fun things to do inside. And within literally seconds, people started commenting, yes, oh my God, that's an awesome puzzle, would love one. Where's the link to buy one? I'm sitting in bed, I'm ready to go to sleep. I mean, it's like I think it's like 11 o'clock. So I'm just like, crap, because now I can't go to sleep because I'm like, damn, I have a hot product, dude. I literally just found another hot product. Me and Trey have an inside joke, it's called the jet stream, or when all the stars align, wherein you get the right product to the right, audience with the right offer at the right price point with the right, online sales funnel, everything working in sync. By the time I went back to the post, it had almost like 100, a couple hundred comments. I commented, thanks for liking our puzzle. Here's the link to buy the puzzle. From all the postings, I did almost like $1,000 in sales. The call to action was comment yes below if you would buy this product, right? So they were primed that if they commented yes, they were ready to get their wallets out, get the credit card out, because, you know, Johnny Boy's gonna sell you a puzzle. And, you know, and that's the jet stream, and that's when, you know, orders are just pouring in. Half of March, April, and May, and, you know, to date, you know, as of right now, you know, I've done over $100,000 in just selling puzzles. I mean, there's been some really hard times. You know, negative bank accounts, you know, creditors calling you for money, you know, parents telling you, hey, I think it's time for you to get a job, Jonathan, which, you know, that hurts for your parents to say that to you. I'm sorry. And that's basically, you know, they don't believe in you or your company anymore. Man, you just got to keep pushing. You just got to keep pushing.
The difference between a successful entrepreneur and one that's not is the person that's willing to do what it takes. Other than that, you might as well just keep building someone else's business. So what do you think? It's pretty crazy, right? I mean, if you want to learn how to start your own business with your own crazy idea, just go to talktotrey.com. Learn the format to create an online, sustainable business that is profitable, one that you totally own and control. You see, we'll show you how to build a website, choose a product, choose a market, and sell to your consumers worldwide. There are no limits. Join us, mentor with us, and we can show you how to do it just like my students did with their business.